Hi there. I'm Colleen Adrian, a connected parenting coach, and parents who are committed to being the best parent that they can be often also evaluate themselves quite critically, and they feel guilty when they don't live up to their goals or the standards that they've set for themselves. And so in the moments when things are going well, and maybe they're getting along with their kids, or they are parenting in a way that they've been set out to do, they feel good about their parenting, right? But in moments when you lose your cool or you're doing something you wish you hadn't, then you feel like a bad parent and that guilt sets in. So I'm all for aspiring to be the best parent that you can be. I think that's an honorable goal, but self-judgment and guilt never help us get there, okay? So I want to invite you today to look at your parenting a little bit differently. Instead of looking at your goals or your outcomes as a parent and judging yourself harshly if you don't live up to those, I'm inviting you to focus on your parenting as a practice, okay? And I say that because there isn't any perfect. And I also say it because I know that this is what works. I know it from personal experience, and I know it from working with parents who are learning to do connected parenting. Okay. So what I mean when I say parenting as a practice, I mean, pick, a small practice maybe for this week. It doesn't mean you'll be working on the same practice for your whole life, but pick the practice that you're going to work on this week. Give yourself some reminders. Maybe there'll be little sticky notes. I like to use notifications on my phone and on my sticky note, and use sticky notes. And notice how many times you do it the way you set out to do, So maybe at the end of the day, maybe you've had, 3 wins and only 1 slip, right? Maybe on a difficult day when nobody's had enough sleep, maybe you have 1 win and a couple of slips. But regardless, you'll give yourself some grace and you'll go back to square one and you'll start again. The other thing about practicing connected parenting as a practice is that you can use this strategy or approach to practice your own things that help your nervous system calm and things that contribute to your own healing journey, okay? And your connection with yourself. Because when you do those things and you practice compassion with yourself on a daily basis, if you can practice it with yourself, you'll automatically start extending that to your children as well. And the other thing that happens is that your kids start to learn self-compassion for themselves for 2 reasons. One is because you've been extending it to them, so they're learning because they've been receiving it. And the other is they see role modeling it. So they just learn that, that's what you do when you slip up. You offer yourself a little bit of compassion or grace or forgiveness, and you start again. So instead of judging your performance as good or bad, really focus on your practice day by day, moment by moment. Give yourself some grace when you slip. Start again. Pick a small practice. Give yourself some reminders. And just in closing, I want to say you've probably heard one of many sayings that there are out there in the world about we accomplish great things in the world when we just take one small manageable step at a time. And that's what I'm suggesting you do here. So I want to encourage you with this. There is no perfect. It's a practice. I hope that helps you to look at your parent a little bit differently if you've been feeling guilty and you've been burdened with that. So thanks for listening. I'm Colleen Adrian, connected parenting coach and educator.